Welcome to this week's edition of the Barroom Blitz. I am Jim Casey. I'm the host of your show. And together we will give you a unique perspective on the world of sports in the back room here at Casey's Place tonight on a Monday night. Our new 6 o'clock start time because it's basketball season.
For who?
For my little kids. And the NBA's back. Cheeks, I know you are ready. The NBA's back. The Eagles stink. The Cowboys stink. The Giants stink. The Phillies are still making moves.
Great moves.
All right, so we got Cheeks over here in the black.
Who
Damarama
else?
sporting the gray hoodie, Bill Belichick style. We got the dead guy mic'd up behind the camera, ready to go. I know he's got some baseball talk because there's stuff going on. There's a free agent and winter meetings have started. We will get started right away with the disappointing. I don't even know what you can call it last Thursday night.
Oh, God, that was horrible.
It was absolutely disgusting. This team has given up.
Are you supposed to tackle like this? Is that what? Then Dallas imitated him on the last
Marshawn Lynch looked like O.J. Simpson.
Oh, yeah. O.J. Simpson. Yes, he did.
He was running in a white Bronco away from the team in the white jerseys. Wow, they stink.
Yeah.
And first of all, and here I'll start here. Vince Young, if you think you're auditioning for a starting quarterback job next year, you lost it.
That's how you do it.
Yeah. Deshaun Jackson, spoiled little brat.
Little bit.
But I think they should have settled that somewhere in the season, or you know what I mean. They should have gave him his money, or talk to him at least. At least talk to the guy.
Is this what you want to talk about?
I don't know. What do you do? What's up? Do we
play the game? All right, play the game.
We did play the game. We didn't look good.
No,
I mean, Deshaun Jackson played the game.
Right.
Forte played. He got hurt. Now look at that bullshit. You know what?
Forte's gonna get paid.
He's gonna get paid.
If it's not
Jackson will get paid.
You know what?
Too.
If it's not from the Bears, it's somebody else. And it's like Deshaun. Someone's going to pay Deshaun Jackson.
Deshaun Jackson.
He's a diva, just like yourself and your
Jimmy,
special
he's
chair.
not the first guy to not be under contract in a year. He acts like he's the only one it ever happened to.
Yeah, but
happened to thousands before.
Don't you think it's going to hurt his stock by the fact that he is alligator arming a lot of things, is shying away from contact? I mean, he could.
Well, he even didn't he come out and say I'm protecting myself or something like that?
Yeah, well, I mean, how is that going to help your contract issue?
I agree.
Well, you know, they said now the funny thing about all this stuff comes out. I mean, he's been a good receiver for the Eagles. I don't say he's one of the best receivers in the league.
No.
You know, because he's small.
He's been hurt. He's a lightning bolt.
He's a lightning bolt on your team, and you need him because you need him. For this team, you need that compensation with Macklin and Jackson. And we've been waiting for years with the Eagles to get the combination of two wide receivers, not just one. I mean, we had our Terrell Owens here, which was phenomenal.
Sure.
But, my God, you have it. Pay the man. You know, figure out something where you can find a common ground. Whether it's a 3-year contract or a 2-year, if he wants a long-term, spread it out. Because, you know, he still hasn't lasted a whole season. I don't think he's been healthy for a full season yet.
Well, he's going to get nicked.
You know, you have the core right there. You paid Vic. You got to pay McCoy. You got Macklin under contract. Don't screw it up. You're tinkering. I don't know who's doing it. I don't think it's Andy Reid. I don't know if it's Roseman or Banner or whatever being cheap. But figure it out. My God, we finally got it, you're blowing it.
Can they remember when Donovan had no receivers? What was his best receiver?
Kingston.
Kingston, and then the Thrash, and then the other dude.
What was the guy? Torrance Small.
Torrance Small. And McNabb managed to win games with that.
And then you got your tight end.
Yeah, you address the situation, and
you got your whole thing. First of all, you got your quarterback signed for maybe 2 years. Now, you know, obviously the contract's not $100 million. All talking, it's only $80 million. But at the most, it's a 2-year contract if you want to get rid of him. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you got your quarterback, you got your starting running back, who's perhaps one of the top 5 in the league. I'm not going to go whole hog.
You got a good running back. All right, you got a good running back.
We got, or at least a guy who can get.
You got a good quarterback. You got a good running back. All right.
And we got a tight end. Selleck's a good tight end. You got Macklin.
You got 2 good receivers if you want them.
Yeah. Yep. What are we doing?
I don't know.
And even you got Avant, and you got even
Cooper.
Riley Cooper. I mean, I'm just saying you have some depth in positions where we never really had depth before.
No.
And now you're screwing. You're messing around with. Obviously, the season is in the tank. Now, what do? Do you start putting guys? See if you got anybody on that team that's got any heart. You got guys. You know, you got Statman. You got guys. If you're a fantasy football player, you can put them on your team because you're going to score you some points. Because Jason Babin is obviously not the guy. He is obviously. And I don't know.
That's defense. Doesn't it seem that when Andy Reid doesn't like someone, and I'm thinking he don't like Deshaun
Doghouse,
that something happens to him, like T.O. was
right,
moved his way out. But circumstances, I understand. But I am thinking they don't like Deshaun Jackson. Are you thinking that?
Well, from what I understand now, and I hear, you can go, Tom. You go.
I just don't think they like his agent. I think they have a problem with Rosenthal.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
but
no doubt.
and how many times have they had trouble with Drew? I mean, T.O., LaShawn could be an issue because he's with Drew.
Right.
But
I heard, with Reese the other day, I heard him talking about, there's a reason why Deshaun Jackson got drafted in the second round.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Now, all of a sudden that comes out,
Right.
Obviously prima donna receiver, maybe attitude, maybe I don't know what his upbringing is, he obviously hasn't matured in 4 years in the NFL.
Yeah, but it's too late to throw
because I guess
that
he's
car.
throwing some kind of party tonight. He's pulling a Terrell Owens.
It's his birthday.
It's his birthday week. He had a comment like that. Then he comments on NFL Network. No comment. Next question. He's doing all this same crap. Oh man, are you kidding me?
I can't figure out if the Eagles haven't offered him a contract, or if they've offered him a contract and they said no, and then
right.
we're in this
You haven't
position.
heard any of that. I mean, he's still. They're gonna franchise him just to piss him off, and that's gonna piss him off even more, isn't it?
Well, they're talking now. They're going to franchise him and then trade him.
Well, yeah,
potentially.
because it's a cheap thing. It'll be $8 million.
And you
franchise him.
Well, then you get a draft pick back.
And they'll get a draft pick back, and they know it doesn't seem like they want him to me. I mean, if they wanted him, they would probably give him something. I mean, as a Cowboy fan, I had Emmitt Smith hold out 4 games, and he finally got what he wanted.
Do you think it would have been better for him just to sit out than come and play?
I would rather do that instead of
come in and play.
Tom made the great point. Hurt yourself. You're hurting yourself doing what you're doing now.
Right. You should have did a Chris Johnson and just hold out and
exactly
and surrender that 1 year of eligibility or whatever that was in that new collective bargaining. He had to come in by that certain date. But then in good faith, if he shows up to the camp, you should actually have some communications rather than play this cat and mouse game or show me what you can do on the field. We know what he can do on the field, and he can control a game. I mean, he had his moment. Even in the Giant game, he had that good reception and a good punt return. I mean, stupid penalties got to call back, but still, it's still there. The fire's there. You know what
Whatever
I mean?
he does now gets highlighted. It's under microscope.
Sure.
If he doesn't run one play out, which probably every receiver in the damn league does the same thing he did, but now it's going to be microscope.
Yeah, but they showed the other night he didn't run anything out. He was missing blocks and he wasn't doing anything.
Now that one play they were showing how he was going down the side. Now Reed says the play was not designed to go to him. He was just supposed to take the safety out and he wasn't the first guy to get the ball. But
Reed, he sticks up for his players because you can even see that on the defensive side.
Well, it makes him look bad.
If we flip the switch on the other side, because if you would think on this team, the offensive line is starting get a little, gel a little.
Yeah, once Vic leaves, it seems like this offensive line has protected Young pretty well.
Yeah, but Vince Young has some bad throws. No strength in that arm. I thought he had a cannon.
He throws out of his elbows.
Yeah,
it's the weirdest
He doesn't put his
throw.
whole body into it.
How did he win them games with the Titans? I really don't.
Yeah, because he's like 30 and 15.
I know, and I remember him saying he throws funny.
He pulled a Tebow. He kept on praying. It worked.
My God, we're all going to church now because Tebow keeps winning. But we'll switch the offensive side, defensive side. Juan Castillo is way like deer in headlights out of.
I don't think that works.
He's so over. I don't think that worked. They said that's going to keep his job. I was watching the sports night.
They're going to keep him there?
No, they said that's going to keep Andy Reid's job if he gets. He's got to make. And I think it's time for Marty Mornhinweg to go. You get all these losers from everybody else.
They're pretty tight.
I'll tell you, defensive coordinator Mangini next year.
That's what I was just going to say. That's what everyone's talking about. Mangini. People are talking about Herm Edwards coming in there doing something as a consultant with Andy or in a GM type office.
He's too rah-rah for me, though. I mean, as much as Andy Reid gives you that bland press conference and all that stuff, he's gotten us wins, and I'm not going to say he's the worst coach we've ever seen. It's just the same thing of everything, but, what do you want? You got Jeff Fisher, you got Bill Cowher, John Gruden.
Are you upgrading with any of them? I mean, Herm Edwards is a double. Both teams he didn't work out. And
he didn't win a playoff game.
If he's sitting there talking to people like that, like players, they're like, shut up.
Yeah,
dude.
it works for 1 year.
Shut
It's like it's
up.
Pete Carroll in
Yeah,
so
shut up.
that's going to be the next thing. But defense has got. I mean, you got to get a clean sweep. Where's Trent Cole? Have I heard his name? Does he?
He's
I mean,
getting
I know
beat up.
Since he got
someone
hurt.
had a joke on 610. You can tell it's December. Why? Because you don't see Trent Cole anymore. Kind of like Tony Romo. Oh,
Hey, now.
that's next segment.
We'll
next
talk
segment.
about Romo.
So what do you do? What do we do? What do you say? Do you fire Andy Reid? Is this it?
No.
I
Swan
don't see
song?
it.
No.
No,
You
'cause,
see him gone?
who do you even bring in?
Circle the wagons, get a draft pick, and go out with it again.
If Reed leaves, there's going to be 4 or 5 teams jumping to get Reed, and then we're going to be without a coach.
Right,
San
'cause you have to-
Diego. San Diego. He
San
might
Diego,
just
they
quit.
said maybe Washington. Well, you're right. 'cause
That's
he
what I
lives
said.
on-
It might be a mutual
He
thing,
might
so he
just
doesn't
quit.
go out. He can just
He
resign.
might just quit.
I just can't see him.
All right. Well, why don't we take a quick break? Grab an icy cold Bud Light. Be right back with some more Barroom Blitz.
.com.